Hello and welcome to Solo Playthroughs. I'm pretty excited about the opportunity to play some Mage Knight. Assuming some of you, if you're watching this channel, you are very familiar with this game. It's cliche, but this is right up there with Arkham Horror, the card game for me. This is one of the first solo games I really sank my teeth into. For me, it was probably Scythe was the first game I really played solo, and then Arkham, and then Mage Knight. I picked up a used copy on a Board Game Geek marketplace, and this is still that copy. And I have played the crap out of it, and really grew to appreciate it. I know it is not without its deriders. I, for one, as a solo gamer, just love the puzzle, the challenge that this game represents. So I do have all the expansions. I got them all at once when I bought my copy of the game off of the Board Game Geek website. And what I'm going to do today is I used my handy dandy randomizer app, and the app said that I'm going to play as Tovak, and I'm going to also play Volkare's Return. You have Volkare's Quest and Volkare's Return as the two main scenarios in the Lost Legion expansion, and then you have the other scenario that I will play a lot. I'll still do a city conquest from the base game, and I'll just mix in the Volkare components as well to add some extra variety. Volkare's Camp as a pretty interesting challenge of as a city card, as a city tile, I should say. So let's get started with the setup. So again, I'm playing a solo game. I've already shuffled the elite unit offer, and I shuffled the artifacts. So just wanted to get filming while I kind of talked through the rest of the setup process. I am now shuffling the spell offer. Yes, I'm sure some people are going to be painfully watching me play this game without sleeves. These cards are very durable from my experience, and I've sleeved some of the components, not all, and mostly that's just a way to really help speed up storage and setup and take down for me, just to remember what goes where, and in my own little crazy system. So here is the spell offer. There will be 3 cards in the spell offer, and I am just organizing this in a way that I think will best work for the video. So we have Mana Bolt, we have Call to Arms, and Charm as the 3 spells that are out. I'll go through those as the time comes, and then I'm going to put out the advanced action offer. Again, it has all of the expansion advanced action cards in there from the Lost Legion expansion. And we have Counterattack, love that card. Magic Talent, also a good card. And Into the Heat, that can be a very good card. It's going to be hard to get all 3 of those. I would imagine that Counterattack is the one that I will be going for if I can level up quick enough. Alright, so we'll put those cards across the top, and hopefully we can leave them there for the course of the game. Then I'm going to take out, that is not Tovak, that is Norwas. Tovak, where are you? Alright, here he is. Here are my 10 skills, and I am using the cooperative skills that came with Lost Legion, so I will take the competitive skill out, although it might already be out. I will get my shields. Yep, there's the competitive skill, and then I will take these tokens, 1 and 2. So 0 on reputation, 0 on fame. I'll put my player token out here. Alright, we have the non-elite units, so I will shuffle them. Now, one difference in the Lost Legion is that the player of Volkare counts as a player. So instead of having 3 in the unit offer and 3 cards in the mana offer, you will have 4. So these 4 cards will come out. put them there for now. We have a foresters, a shock troops, an illusionist, and a thugs. And that will be good for now. I will take my various armor and card limit counters. 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, 6, 4, 7. And then we'll go there. And then I will take this, and this is my first command token. Alright, here's a Volkare's Return little cheat sheet, which we'll keep close to the board, why not? And here is my skill deck for Tovak. We'll shuffle these 16 cards and call it a day. Alright, so my skill deck there. I have the Volkare. Oops, missing one of these. So 2, 5, 3, 5. Good. I do not like to make piles of tokens. I find it annoying. I like probably the Arkham lover in me. I just basically got a whole bunch of bags, and I put the various tokens for the various kinds of enemies that we will engage and discover in the various colored bags, and we will use that. And what difficulty am I going to use? So again, there are two ways to mess with the difficulty in Volkare's Return. The one way is to increase the level of the city and the level of Volkare's army. The other way is to increase the speed with which Volkare will move across the various terrain, and that will give you obviously less time to get to the city and get set up for the final showdown with Volkare. I prefer to mess with the level of the city and Volkare's army. I find shortening that game just makes it, it just really increases the luck factor and what cards, what certain cards you need to get early enough to really have a chance to be ready to fight Volkare by the end. So we're going to play on the heroic setting, and we're going to play on the fair race level. All right. So to do the heroic setting, and I'm going to putting my tactics out over here on the side of the board, and I'll put Tovak on his card. All right. And these are cheat sheets for the tactics. We'll put those over there. So the heroic setting, we're going to place, first we're going to have to conquer a level 6 city. And then second, we will have to conquer, we will have to defeat Volkare's army, and Volkare's army will be a level 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set Volkare's army already. And so a level 8, I've made a whole little cheat sheet for myself, instead of having to look at the little tokens on the turn dial here. So we're going to have 1 city garrison, 1 keep garrison. Keeps are here. Now, one of the quirks of Volkare's army is that his army can actually grow as the scenario goes on, and we will get to that. So we need 2 Draconum, Marauding Dragons, and we're going to need 2 Marauding Orcs. Okay, they are face down. I have no idea what they are, and we will deal with them as we go. So I'm going to take these 6 enemies. Yep, that's level 8. We are going to put them on Volkare's token. I will put a mana die on top, and we'll just set that aside. All right, Volkare's camp starts in place, so we will put him in his camp. We need to get the starting tile, and this is going to be an open board, so we're going to use the B side of the starting tile. And we will put this here, and we'll have to be creative with making room for units as I acquire them, assuming I'm fortunate to do so. All right. So the open terrain is kind of cool. You can go have 1 row here, another row here, and then just go up in this direction. And how you put tiles out and just being careful to make sure that you reveal the city tile at the exact right time, and then you get give yourself enough time to conquest, to beat the city, and then prepare yourself for your final showdown with Volkare when he arrives at the city. All right, so I'm going to take 7 countryside tiles. Again, these might look a lot. These are all the expansion countryside tiles from the Lost Legion. And shuffle these pretty lightly. And I'm going to take 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest can go away. And then I need 1 core non-city tile out of these 6. Since there's only 6, I might as well just roll a die. 1, I rolled a 4. So 4 is in play. The rest are gone. And then we need 1 core city tile. It is a 5. There's only 4 of them, so here we go. It is a 3. Now, the core city tile always goes on the bottom of the deck. The non-core city tile goes on top of that, and all the countryside tiles go on top of that. And I'll put them right here. All right. Great. That can go away. The level of city that we are facing will be, again, a level 6 city to go along with the level 8 of Volkare's army. Now, since the race level is going to be fair, we're going to take these 16 cards from another player's deck. These are actually Arethia's starting deck. We're going to grab the 4 cards from the interactive spells that are not going to be in use in a solo game, and then we're going to take 18 wounds. So I have 20 cards here. So 16 cards or 14 cards? I think it's 14 cards. 16 cards from Arethia's deck. The 4 wounds, and then the 4 spells, and then we're gonna take 18 wounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, so these are gonna get shuffled in really well to this deck. So this is Volkare's deck. So now that you're seeing these bags, I'll put them off screen. Maximize room here. And I'll put Volkare's deck right over here. Bring this back on screen a little bit. All right. Whew. Let's give myself a mana offer. I rolled over 50% basic colors. Actually have 2 green mana, a blue mana, and a white mana. And then I'm also going to roll 1 more mana die and put it on the first unit. It doesn't matter what color it is black. So we will put a black mana on the Forsters. And that will make sense as we go. What we need to do is put our initial 2 tiles in play. So we get this tile number 3, and we get this tile, making sure everything's lined up appropriately. And that does fit on the screen. One more thing, I do need to get skills from a non-Tovak player. So I do my little randomizer, and I am going to be using Arethia's skills as the other skills available to me. So I will shuffle them up. And I'll put them right by Tovak's. And we'll see how those work in a little bit if you don't already know. All right. So we've put our new tiles, our countryside tiles in play, and now we need to add the appropriate tokens. So Tovak can go here. We are gonna need to bring these a little bit closer within reach. Whew. We're gonna need a ruins. Reach in here. It is day, so I can put this face up. Basically, if I beat 2 orcs, I can get a crystal of every color and add that to my inventory. It's actually pretty attractive idea right there. We are going to put a marauding orc in play on Volkare's tile. We will never beat him. We will never attack him. We will never come near him, but I think it's more thematic that way, so I like to do it. And we'll put this guy here. I do not know all the names of the various enemies, so I will not be saying them very often, but every once in a while I might have a moment of brilliance. All right, so this goes face down, even in day. We will turn that face up when we get to an adjacent location, and we have 2 more things to put on the board. We have 1 keep. This also goes face down. Some people might wonder how I know how to pull them out of the bag face down. I've played this game too much, so there actually, you can tell the curved edge is always facing toward the side that you will not be able to see what's underneath, but the other edge, if it's a little sharper, that is the bottom, which is again the side that would be revealing the dragon in this case. So when it comes to the fortified sites, I'll be pretty good about making sure they come out of the bag the right way, so I do not know what I am up against. All right, so I will draw my opening hand. First, I draw my opening hand, then I choose my tactics. So for opening hand, I get Instinct, which is a special card to Tovak that is added to him in the Lost Legion expansion. I get Swiftness, I get Rage, I get an influence card, Promise, and I get Tranquility. None of them are that great. I want to mulligan. I mean, some of them are good. If I'm going to try to beat this Ruins, which I just might, I can definitely make these work. My one problem right now is I do not have access to a red, which makes me a little sad, but I think that will be okay. All right, so we have to choose our tactic. Now we choose first, then I will roll a die, and then Volkare will choose, and then we'll see who goes first. Volkare's tactics does not go away, so even if he takes one of my favorite tactics, I'll be able to get it back. But whatever tactic I use, I will not have available to me for the rest of the game. So for me, I usually go with planning or great start. I don't have any movement cards except for instinct, and I'm feeling I'm going to want that for the upcoming battle here. So I'm going to take great start, save planning for next turn, and I will roll for Volkare. I rolled a 2, so Volkare is first. I will take great start out of the game. Since I took that tactic, I will take 2 cards. 1 and 2 good cards for me, and then I will put Volkare's token ahead of mine to show that he is going first. So Volkare's first move is I will take the top card off his deck, and we will switch this up a little bit. We will reveal a white card. All right, so since it's a white card, what are we going to do? We're going to look at our little chart. We're going to move Volkare once in the direction of this arrow, and that means he is going to move once up this way. Kind of. Is that right? That is right. Nope. Nope, that's wrong. He's going to move once this way. Yeah, that's better. And makes more sense. So he's going to move that way. And since there is a white die in the offer, we are going to roll that die, and it is now red, which is good for me. Alright, now it is my turn. So what I'm going to do is move 6. I'm going to play Tranquility to draw a card, just to give me some more options. Okay, it's another attack card. Now, so I need 4 movement to get where I want to go. I can get attack 6. Alright, I'm going to use both my swiftnesses. No, maybe not. Maybe I should hold on to one of those. Alright, I'm going to use Instinct and a Swiftness. This should be enough attack, actually. So that gives me move 4. So I move into the ruins. Since I am adjacent to a mage tower, I will flip this over. Alright, we have a Ice Wizard? Oh, is that what he called? So he has a Ice attack, which is brutal. I only have Ice Block in my hand, so yeah, I probably won't be attacking that dude anytime soon, which is fine. I am going to enter the ruins. So since I enter the ruins, I will pull from the bag of orcs 2 marauding orcs. And we get this guy. And we will get this guy. Now, ooh, they are twinsies. What are these guys? We'll look it up for the kids at home, and for the Mage Knight purists who are upset that I don't know this. We have 2 prowlers. Actually, a fairly good draw for me. So what am I going to do? I am going to can get a ranged attack of 3. I can get, I can't get a block of 4. Ranged attack of 3. Alright, we're going to do this. So I'm going to use this to get a white mana token. And then I'm going to power up Swiftness with that token to kill one of these guys with a ranged attack. Now in the block phase, I'm going to take the blue mana and do Ice Block. Nope. I lied. I'm going to use the regular Ice Toughness, so Ice Block 3. Ice Block is efficient against physical attack. I'm going to put Promise sideways to give me a total block of 4, which is successful. And then I'm going to power up Rage with the red mana die from the mana offer, and I will kill this guy. So I took no wounds. I killed both of these. I do not get a reputation increase because these were not marauding orcs. They were at the ruins. And I do not get the... but I also don't lose any reputation because they weren't in a fortified site. And I will get a total of 4 fame, which means I will level up at the end of the turn. And then I will also get my reward. So let's do this in order. So I'm going to re-roll this die. Put this is now black, which is depleted and during the day, which isn't great. Those orcs over there. This back here. This will be my discard pile. My reward for the attacks is I will get 1 crystal of each color to my inventory. So that's a white, a green, a blue, and a red in my inventory. Again, you could have 3 of each color. And then I will level up. So before I draw my cards. So I'm going to level up. I'm going to take 2 skills. My 1 skill, they're both very similar. The 1 skill is called I Don't Give a Damn. Once a turn, 1 card played sideways gives me +2 instead of +1. And if it's advanced, it gives me +3. And then Who Needs Magic? Once a turn, 1 card played gives you +2 instead of +1. If no die was used, gives me +3 instead. I plan on using lots of die, so I will keep this one. This one will come out of the game, and then I will flip over in a skill offer, offer one of the skills from Arethea, and that skill is the polarization, which allows me to use once a turn, like I can use a red mana as a blue mana, and vice versa, a white and a green are paired, and then the gold and the black are paired. Can be a pretty useful little skill, especially in Night when you really need to get black mana. They might be hard to come by. All right, so I defeated this ruins. I'm going to put a shield on there to claim it's mine. No, I cannot go there again. And then this little ruins token can come out of the game. And I will put this in my available skills, which I will move this pile of things to there, and now I know I have that skill. So also as part of my level up, I will take a card. I can take one of the 3 cards from the skills offer. I will take counter attack. This can be a very, very big card, especially against an army like Volkare's, and with Tovak's blocking abilities, that's fine. And then a new card to replace that would be Crushing Bolt. This goes on top of my deck. All right, with all my leveling up complete, I will draw up to 5 cards. So counterattack, which I just took, rage, a move card, mana draw, and another move card. I'm not going to be able to block that. So it's fine. Cool. So now it is Volkare's turn. We're going to flip this over. It is a wound card. What happens on a wound card? Nothing. However, we do roll a die. So we're going to roll Volkare's die. And it is red. If it was black, this indecisive unit would go away, and we would actually add another keep garrison to Volkare's growing army. But fortunately, we do not have to worry about that. All right, what do I want to do? I want to move. So it's during the day. I'm going to move. I'm going to power this stamina card with a mana die. So that's 4. And then I'm going to move 2 more. And I don't think I'm going to recruit this turn. I'm going to turn this sideways using my skill, so that's going to be +2. And that's going to allow me to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have 2 more move points, and I'm going to use those 2 more move points to explore and add this. So we have a dungeon. Happy to see that. We get another marauding orc on the table. We have a magical glade. They go face up. And since there is a monastery, we will get another advanced skill card, and we'll put that in the unit offer. Now, that does look like a wound. You're right. So I did get, when they came out with the Ultimate Mage Knight game this year, I did go ahead and bought the new advanced actions, the dual color advanced actions. And the coloring on the back is just awful. And I'm like I'm pretty OCD when I want to be. But about this kind of stuff, I'm usually okay with it. But it's so off that I just I keep these separate. To remind myself, I keep them separate. I put them in sleeves, and I just wrote what the different cards were. So in the deck, it is just that. And what I'm going to do is now I will place the explosive bolt with the real card. And that now I can buy from the monastery for, I believe it is 6 influence. Put these back aside. And I have no more move points, so I'm done for this turn. I'm going to roll the mana die, put this back in the offer, take these 3 cards, put them in my discard pile, and then I will draw up to 5 cards again. 1, 2, and 3. Since I ended my turn on a mine, is it end or start with mines? Good question, Greg. and mana, which doesn't usually matter in solo games. And if you end your turn on your mine, you gain 1 crystal of the color that mine produces to your inventory. So I ended my turn there. I will get my second white crystal. Happy to have lots of crystals. All right, third turn for Volkare. He gets a green. So he goes straight. Now what happens when he lands on an empty space? That empty space is now filled with terrain. And it goes face down. I believe it's face down. Nope, it is not. It is revealed. And he moves onto it. So he's going to move on to this mage tower. So since this is revealed, I will have to put this is one of my favorite tiles actually in a lot of the scenarios. It's a great way to like get a spell, go up, get an artifact, get a keep, which can really help later. But such is life. It is now Volkare's. So he will move there. I pulled the green card, so I will have to re-roll this green mana die, and it's red. So that actually has been working to my favor. All right. Do I want to burn this monastery? I kind of want to burn this monastery, which is messed up. I think I have another influence card in my... I don't remember seeing threaten. So... And at the monastery, I can get the explosive bolt, which I don't hate. Or I could just go and attack the monster in there, which is probably smarter. All right, let me do that. So, I'm not going to get explosive bolt. I want to keep this moving, get an artifact, see what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to move 4, power that. I'm going to move another 2, which gets me here. Do I want to enter the monastery this turn or not? I have 8 attack. Potentially block him, get 4. All right, we're going to, so we're in the dungeon. And when you're in a dungeon, I'm just going to make sure I'm doing this right. We are going to, night rules will apply, which is fine. But I don't want to enter because actually I don't have any, oh, I have a ton of mana over there. Interesting. Interesting. But I don't really want to give him one more turn. So that's fine. So I'm going to play, I'm going to give myself one extra. I'm going to give him one more turn. I think that makes the most sense. So I'm done with my turn. I roll this. It is a gold. I draw up. I have no more cards. Yep, there is my threaten, but I can use it as an attack too by turning it sideways thanks to my skill. Volkare's turn. He gets a red spell. So what happens? It's ×2. He is going to see if there's anything within 2 to attack. There is not, so that is that. And then we're going to roll that die, and it is green. All right, I'm going to enter the dungeon to try to kill this monster this turn. So we're going to pull a random monster enemy. Eesh. So that's not great. What this is his arcane immunity. So any non-block or attack effects do not work on him. And he has cold fire attack, which means I would need to have a cold fire block to be able to block him, which obviously I can't. So I'm going to not block him, which means I'm going to have, since I did not block him and he's elusive, instead of taking 4 to kill him, I'm going to need to do the higher number of 8 because he went unblocked, which, it's alright. So what I'm going to do is take the 2 wounds because he's attacking me with a 4. My armor is 2. So the first attack, the first wound will reduce the attack down to 2, and the second wound will reduce that attack to 0. And now I am going to, it's my turn to attack in the normal phase. I'm going to attack with a 4, 5, 6, use this, 7, 8 with my skill. He is dead, and then I'm going to play Crystallize. It's a special card, so I can do this at any time. And I'm going to, when I play this, pay 1 mana of a basic color. Well, I guess it doesn't make any sense to do that. Nope, it doesn't make any sense. We're good. We're going to end my turn there. So this guy is dead. I do not get any reputation for that, but I do get 4 fame, which means I level up again. And I will put this here, and my reward for that is I'm going to roll a mana die. Well, we'll go here. It's another red. Roll a mana die. Use one of the extras. It is black. Since it was black, I get a spell. If it was a basic color, I would have gotten an artifact, which I would have preferred. But it is what it is. I will take... Call to Arms might not be the worst. Idea I've ever had. Alright, I'm going to take Call to Arms. And now we'll go there. This goes over, this gets replaced. And I will draw this. Volkare goes. It's a wound. I will roll this die. It is not black, so we're good. And now I could end my turn, but I'm not. Since this is a spell card, I'm going to actually give Volkare 1 more turn. I know it's not great, but I'm going to move 3 because it's day, so it allows me to do that. So since when you end your turn in a magical glade, you get to heal, and that's, I think, worth it. If you end your turn in Magic Blade, you can throw away 1 wound card from your hand or discard pile. And I'm going to take advantage of that while I'm here and while it's only 3 to move in the forest during the day. And then I'll play this. I will use power with a red mana, and I will gain a red crystal to my inventory. A lot of times with Mage Knight, it's the little things you can do at the end of a day or night that really add up to make a massive difference in the game. So at the end of my turn, I get to throw away a wound. So I only have 1 on my deck going to the next round, which is massive. And I will roll this, and this goes here. Now, something I forgot to do, which I will do now, is whenever you level up in the Lost Legion, you actually reveal another one of the dummy player's skills. So it's not just when you go through the odd level ups, it's whenever you level up. Now there's some debate I've seen on Board Game Geek whether that's a typo or not, but I do think it makes sense considering the increased difficulty of the Volkare scenarios. But we'll see if I end up taking that. That's a great skill, but we'll see if I end up taking that. All right. So since I did have 1 more turn, Volkare will also have 1 more turn. Hopefully I do not roll a black. I rolled a blue. Looks black, but it's blue. And that's that. And now I'll call end of round and stop him from having any more turns and put my soul wound in my hand. All right, so good first day. Was able to use my skill really effectively. Would have liked to have gotten an artifact instead of a spell there, but that is fine. But was able to really load up my inventory with some crystals, which isn't always the case with how I play this game, but feel pretty happy about that. So now what? We're going to replenish all this. This is going to go away, and I'll just put this back where it belongs over here. All right. The rightmost advanced actions will come there. This will go in the unit offer. These will move down. This will go in the advanced action offer. It does not go in his deck. I think there's like no effect with that. Yeah, this gets replaced. These move over. That comes out. All of these get replaced. The unit offer is refreshed. We still do not have any core tiles on the board, so these will all be basic units. We have Guardian Golems. They will now get the what is it? The uncertain. What are they? Uncertain? I forget the word they use. It is a indecisive unit thing. We will flip this over. We're going to roll. Mostly basic. Yeesh, no black though, which isn't great. But I will get a black to start my turn. We will draw my opening hand of 5 cards. It's 1. Oh. And this comes out. So now I have 2 unit tokens, 2 command tokens that are available. I'll put them up here. And my armor is 3 instead of 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I really want any of those units? I think I do. I think I do. All right. I'm going to look at the nighttime tactics. And I'm going to take 5 again. Preparation. And I'm going to then roll a die to determine what he's going to take. He's taking 1, so he's still going to go first again. And with preparation, I'm going to take, this goes back, my call to arms. And try to recruit a unit nice and quickly. All right, but he goes first, so hopefully the unit I want doesn't go away. Volkare gets a wound. We are going to roll a die. It is white. Good. Indecisive unit stays still. Beginning of my turn. It is imbued. Is that the word they use? Yeah, imbued with magic. So I get a black. I'm going to play this spell. I'm going to power it with a white and a black. And I am going to recruit this guy for free and make him very decisive because I do not want Volkare's army to grow at all. Because he's already a pain in the boot. All right, now what am I going to do? I am going to so I can still go out here. I'm going to power. No, I want to hold on to this. You know, I do not have a blue, which is part of my problem. But the light's over there. I'm going to spend the stamina. Use those 2 move to reveal to explore a tile. Okay. Now again, with countryside tiles, they can go. They have to either be connected to at least 2 other tiles, or connected to a tile that's connected to at least two other tiles. Core tiles have to be connected to at least two tiles, so this is fine. We are going to put a ruins in place. So since it is day and night, this will go face down. These are a little harder to tell than the fortified units, but that is right. Trust me, I was looking up at my game collection across the room. You might have seen that on camera, but I did not see it here. Oh, and the Marauding Orc does go face up. All right, this guy's also elusive. And there's a village over in the corner and another magical glade. So that is one. With that done, I will then also, this was special. This is why I can do this at any time, including before my move, in case anyone's confused. This does not count as interaction, which is why I can do that whenever. Oh, spells, they're so magical. All right, then I'm going to reveal another token, another countryside tile here. So there's one more left in the tile deck. We have a Marauding Orc here. He is fortified. And then we have a Mage Tower. All right. Unable. Ooh. Well. Okay, that makes sense. Now I'm going to attack this guy. He attacks. Now it's going to take 6 to block him. He goes unblocked. Since he's unblocked, though, he only comes in at 3. It's a physical attack. My Guardian Golems, I'm going to assign that damage to my Guardian Golems. They have physical resistance of 3. So since it doesn't go in excess of their physical resistance, the attack has no effect on the Guardian Golems. Then I'm going to play the mana draw to allow me to use 1 additional mana die from the source. And I'm going to play Rage, which allows me to attack 4. And that is enough to kill that guy. Wolf Rider, I think he is. I don't know. Whatever. He's a dead rider for now. Yes, I know that was great. I'm very punny. So we are, not really a pun. I know. I'm not great with English. So we are going to add 1 reputation. So +1 for reputation and then +3 for fame. 1, 2, 3. And put this over there. Wound is not in my hand, which is fine. So this is going to go here. Both these are going to go onto the mana offer. And then we're going to put these cards over here. Do not level up, so I will draw up to my hand limit of 5. 3. Getting all my movement cards out early, which should be okay, I think. Alright. Volkare's turn. Another wound. We'll roll this die, but it doesn't matter because the indecisive unit is gone. Ganskis. Alright, what do I want to do? I want to get to that village. So, I'm going to... Man, these things are brutal. Do I want to attack? Probably. I'm going to go with a definite probably. All right, I'm going to move 2. I'm going to attack this guy. I'm going to, again, that damage is going to be absorbed by the Guardian Golems. And then in the non-ranged attack, so he's a fortified, so I couldn't use swiftness before then, which is fine. But in the non-ranged attack, I'm going to play this to get a white mana token. And then I'm going to spend, nope, that's silly. I'm going to turn this sideways. So I don't have to power it. So that's 2, and then I will use this one sideways to give me a total of 3, which will kill him. That's going to increase my reputation, and my fame goes up 2. And now Garuvan. I kind of want to see what I can get and maybe go in that Mage Tower and conquer that next turn. So this will go back here. These will come here. Still didn't level up. I'm going to draw up to my 5 cards. That's 1, 2. There's my wound. There's my wound. 3. All right. Volkare doesn't move again. We roll a die. There's no point, but we're doing it anyway. And good. So on my turn, I'm not going to do much, which is something you don't want to say often in playing Mage Knight, but it's going to make the most sense. So I'm going to heal 1 to get my hand completely free of wounds. Then I'm going to use this to move 2, and then I'm going to play this power with a red and take another red token and put that on my card. Alright, so I am going to start my turn in the village, which I might use to take one of those cheap units, to be honest with you. Alright, so let me roll this die. It is black, not great. These come here. I'll pick up 2 5 cards. 1, there's my attack cards. That's great. And 3 and 4. Awesome. Alright, we're gonna go kill this dude. We pull that. It is green. There is no green unit there. Mana dice there, so that just stays. And we are gonna move Volkare this way. Cool. Cool. Now if a Volkare moves onto here, that's going to be the last tile to come off. So you got to be really careful with that. But before we worry about Volkare, I am going to oh man. Starting the day, so going into the desert is only going to cost me 3, I mean. And I think what I'm going to do is, because of the cards in my hand, I'm going to turn this sideways. Since it's an advanced action, that will give me the 3 I need, so I don't have to worry about movement now, and I can keep instinct for block and attack. I'm going to move into this Mage Tower, which this guy reveals. And, ooh, interesting. I forget what they're called. So this is a double attack. So we're going to evaluate both of those attacks separately, but it cannot be fortified, even though it is in a fortified site. So it basically, we got close to the Mage Tower, and this lunatic wanted to come and attack us as we were entering. And the lunatic's name is, what are you called? A magic familiar. All right, so they only take 3 to block, and if you fail to block them, they attack with a 6. And that means that I cannot use the Guardian's ability, the Guardian Golem's ability, because, again, they're still attacking with a 6. I definitely cannot get to a ranged or siege attack 7. But what I can do is I can block one of the attacks with cold toughness. I can block, just need a 7. So can I block? If I power this block here, I can block the other block with the fire block 4. Fire block is efficient against physical attacks. All blocks are efficient against physical attacks. And then what I can do with the rest of this is I just need to get up to a 7. I will use my green crystal to power this. So that means that it's an attack of 6. It's any kind of attack plus 2. And then I'll use this to get me an attack of 8, which is more than enough to kill the magic familiars. Now I attack the fortified site, so I lose 1 of my reputation, but I do get 5 fame, which gets me up to 18, and I will level up again. All right, so we're going to put this here, my skill back, very, very handy. These cards over here. We're going to get the reward for the combat. So I'm going to get a spell. I will take the fireball because I seem to be getting red mana. Not sure if that's going to continue, but we're good with that. And siege and range attack are always good when you have to face Volkare. We're going to roll this. It is white. That is fine. And now we're going to do the level up. So I'm going to reveal the top 2 skills from my person. That's an interactive skill. Don't love it. I really like this skill. I probably should take that, but especially since the rule ambiguity, I'll just be safe. I'm going to take this. I think it's a great skill. And then with that done, I'm going to take... so this will go over here. I need to take an advanced action. Do not want the influence. I'm not sure I'm going to have a ton of units. So I'll take the crushing bolt, which gives me a siege attack 3 if it's powered by green, or I can gain a green crystal to my inventory, which I'm fine with. All right, dodge and weave will replace that. Now I will reveal another one of Arethia's things, and I will draw up to my hand of 5. Whoo! Some influence is good. We're going to do Volkare's turn. It's another thing. It's useless, but I'm going to roll anyway. Now I am going to recruit another unit. This guy I can recruit in a mage tower. It's a scout, siege attack 1. Okay. Okay. Don't love any of those things. Now what I could do is get another spell, and I think that makes some sense. What I'm gonna do is when you add a mage tower, that is yours, you can, I think it's 7. And a crystal of that color and buy a spell. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to gain a green crystal because of Crushing Bolt. I'm then going to spend 7 influence and so that is 4, 5, 6, 7 using my skill and the green, and I'm going to take the Tremor. It's another great card. Reducing armor can be very, very helpful when there's so many enemies and you have some ranged and siege attack. So that is done. I will put this back here. We will roll this. It is depleted for night. This comes here. This comes here. These will go here. And then I will draw the last card. And we know what it is. And Volkare's turn. We will roll this. Who cares? And end of round. All right, refreshing that, taking all my cards. Now I have no No, 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 no. No wounds. 3 spells. 2 advanced actions. A partridge in a pear tree. So as we move in the day, what is going to change? We are going to now... we still don't get any advanced units. It's one argument for things I could have done last time. This room is a reveal, so it's a keep and a monster for an artifact. Might be worth killing that. Well, depends. Some of the artifacts aren't as good as you would hope. This is right. We're going to reset the mana offer. Okay, 1 black. The rest are basic. 2 whites and a blue. We're going to take this away and this away. We're going to put 1 advanced action in the skill offer because advanced skill in the unit offer, I should say, because there's a monastery still on the board. We put another one there to replace that one. I just took Tremor. Oh, wow, Flame Wall's great. Great. And this, and then all the units will go away. Ooh, I'm getting some really nice spells, guys. And we're going to put up 4 more units. So the Utem Guardsmen are the indecisive unit. And ding. Alright, none I can recruit from the Mage Tower except for the Scouts. Not a huge fan of the Scouts. Don't think they're going to be that helpful to me. Alright, so we are going to draw our opening hand. Counterattack. Instinct. Stamina. Swiftness. And swiftness. I am going to take planning. No, I don't want to do planning. I'd like to be able to siege the city by the end of this round. My big concern is if I go here and reveal a tile, then all of a sudden the city's going to go here, and it's way too close to Volkare. So, Mana Steel's interesting, not amazing. No, we're going to do planning. So we're going to roll, see what tactic this guy takes. He gets Mana Steel, so he is still first. Alright, put this out here to remind me that at the end of my round I can draw as if I have I get 1 more card on my hand limit. And since he's first, he reveals Energy Flow. Green. So what happens with green? Well, he's still going to move in the same direction as if he moved the skill, but since it's a spell card, he moves 2. So this is going to get revealed. It is the last countryside tile. And I don't like that he is coming right for me. Would much rather him kind of head in that direction for a while. But I've taken a couple extra turns at the end of the first day and first night because I really thought it was worth it. But we shall see if I'm going to regret giving him so many extra turns. And there are those bozos. Alright, what are we doing now? So, we're going to move 2 to go to the village. We're going to move another 2 to explore and reveal this core tile. It is going to be tricky for show. Okay, so we have a mage tower. This goes upside down until we're adjacent. We get a draconum. There is a place to recruit. Oh, am I off the map? Nope, I can't put a core tile there. Cannot put a core tile there. So, I was here. Change this up. we're going to move 2, forget it, we're going to move 4, and then I'm going to turn this sideways to get 5, 6, 7. I think that is the right play, because I'm not really blocking anything yet. And what I'm going to do instead is, I can't do a quartile because this is the edge of the playable universe. So I'm going to go 5 because I want to stay away from this guy. And I know the city can't be there, so I'll put this here, so then I can put the city here and hopefully siege the city here. Alright, so we have a mage tower. It worked out better for me. Like, this really is my only option considering I can't build something here, so I know it might look shady, but I mean, game theory, that's exactly what I would have done. It wouldn't make sense to go 1 away from Volkare when I really, for all intents and purposes, would never care about what that core tile is. I'm all about getting to that city because I do think I have the deck to do it. So 2, and then what I'm going to do is play 2 more movement points and put the city tile in play. Woo! Okay, and that is legit because it is not on the coast and it is in a place where it is going to be adjacent to 2 other tiles. So we got some hills right in front of us, so movement is going to be hard. We get 2 Draconum. This one is, he is fortified. He does a fire attack, and he is brutal if it is not blocked, but he is only 8 to kill. He's only fire resistant, not physical resistant. And then we have this guy, the fire dragon, does a 9 fire attack. He is physically resistant, so this one's going to be very, very hard. All right. We also have a ruins, and we have a red mana mine. We will put the red city there, and we will get the little cheat card for the red cities, which is somewhere. It is somewhere. Walking behind you. Where did I put it? There we go. It's hiding. Alright, so the red cities, everything that attacks there is given the brutal attribute, which is not so great. So this will reduce his armor by 1, which will help. So we're going to roll this die. It is a gold. These will go to my discard pile. We are going to draw 3 more. 1, 2. That's the perfect card for what I need. 3. I think that's going to do. Yes. Yes. I think I'll be able to kill him next turn, which is huge. All right, Volkare's turn. Oh, and I'm planning, so I do get +1 card because I did have 2 cards left in my turn. Wow. Well, it's a fire attack, so it's not going to be great against either of those guys. But, okay, it's going to be inefficient. So, we'll see what I can do. All right, so Volkare gets a wound. We're going to roll a die, see if it's a black. It's a red, so we're good there. My turn. I'm going to attack him. So what does he have? So we need to block a fire attack of 6. I'm going to play Cold Toughness. I'm going to power it with the gold mana because it is day. So that's Ice Block 5 plus 1 Ice Block for each ability or color of attack. So Ice Block 6, we are good. We have at least 6. He's brutal, all this stuff. So he's blocked, which is great. So now I just need an attack of 8, and I'm actually going to make this an attack of 7 because of that. So what can I do? I'm going to right, so he'd be immune to the non-attack effects of red cards, but this I'm only going to be using attack effects on him, like nothing super special. So what do I want to do? I still have the golems over there. That could be useful. Otherwise, I'm going to use this as an attack of 2. I'm going to power swiftness with an attack of 3. So that's 5. And then I'll use... Eesh, nope. Nope, 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 nope. I'll use now. I'll use instinct for an attack of 4. So I have 3 red. I think that makes the most sense. I'll use swiftness for an attack of 7, but it seems wasteful. But I get to save the golems. That's weird, but we'll go with it. I'll be able to use influence for movement next turn. That's probably good. So, yeah. So this guy is dead. So because it's a marauding dragon, I get 2 reputation boosts, and I get 8 fame because that's his value. So 18 plus 8 is 26. I'm going to do this. I leveled up, so that's going to come out. So I'm going to clean up my turn. Reroll that die. It's a gold. All these go away. This dragon is dead. I'll put my skill back. And I will draw my hand up to, well, okay, I'm going to get another token. So now my hand limit is 6, and because of planning, it's 7. So I'm going to draw 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, cool. Volkare's turn. Oh, the city's in view. So he moves all the time now, even on red cards. So let me make sure I know this. We're now basically in the second phase as far as a rule book is concerned. And there we go. Yeah, it's right there. So we're going to reveal this. It is a green. He moves 1 to the, and then using the, not, you kind of ignore these arrows. He's just going closest path to the city. That is fine. We have our work cut out for us. But I think we can make this happen. All right. How are my... A lot of movement cards. So I'm going to use 1, 2, that's 4. It gets me here. And since I'm adjacent to a city, day or night, what happens when you're adjacent to a city is revealed. This again is a level 6 city, and a level 6 red city gets 2 monsters and 2 mage tower garrisons. So we're going to get a monster. Monster number 1 has a triple attack. It is a Hydra, I think. Monster number 2. He's physically resistant. I'm fine with that. And then 2 of the Mage Tower guys. We get another Magic Familiars. And we get a... this guy is going to be bad because he has Paralyzed. They are all fortified, but siege attacks can still work. If I have any. So... the end of my turn, and I am going to discard any number of cards I want. So I'm going to discard the extra movement and the influence because clearly they're not useful. And I'm going to draw back up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. Okay. We're going to pull for Volkare. He's going to roll the die. Let's see if his army grows. It does not. Now it is my turn. So I'm going to, I need to move into there. So I'm going to use threaten sideways and boost it with this to get the 2 movement. You're now in the city. Now I am going to not having tremor is weird, but all right. I am going to have to break this down one by one. And remembering that this is brutal, which is bad. If I can do a siege attack 6, that would be, a siege attack 5 would be interesting. Regular attack. I can only have access to, no, I get 2. No, I get 1. 2. And then the 3 reds. 7. Alright, if I don't block anything, this is one of the ways that I like to do big assaults, right? Oh, that's Volkare's deck. So let's take the wounds. If I don't block anything, now everything's brutal. So if I don't block this, this comes in at a 4. So that'd be 6 wounds. Remember, if I get 6 wounds, I'm done. So we have to figure out how I can reduce the number of wounds I'm taking. This would come in at a 10. This is already brutal, so that's not a big deal. So this is only 4 wounds for that guy. This would be 4 wounds for this guy, because this is 4 wounds, so it's the 2 for the first attack, 2 for the second. This would be 4 for the 1 attack, and then this would be 2, but it'd be also paralyzed. So that's a lot of wounds. So we got to figure out how to really deal with that, right? All right, so the magic familiar, what's he do? Again, he runs out like an idiot. So let's try to kill him. So I'm going to play Tremor. All enemies are going to get -2 armor. Then I'm going to play ranged fire attack. He is not fire resistant. And that's going to kill him because now remember his armor, all enemies have armor -2. His armor is only 5. That ranged fire attack will kill him, so he's going to be dead. I will not have to worry about him in the block phase. All right, I think that's a must. Just breaking this down one by one, right? Now, let's see what I can do. I can, the brutal with the triple attack is just, yeah, it's brutal. All enemies have -2, so if I can manage not to get knocked out here, we can make some headway. All enemies have -2. I'm going to do an ice block 4. Now it's not efficient, I know, but that's fine. It prevents the paralyze because it's only an attack of 2. So an inefficient attack of 4. An inefficient attack of 4 is still enough to block this guy. So not worry about his attack. Now we're dealing with 8 wounds. I can assign, if I assign this guy's hit, he'll absorb 6. I would take 2. All right, I'm going to block 1 on these attack. With rage. I'm going to blocked. And these attacks are going to go through. I can, so basically if I do this attack of 10, the whatchamacallit, the physical resistance will take 3, and then another 3 will give it a wound. So this is now reduced to 4. The remaining 4 is going to give me 2 wounds, and this will give me 2 wounds, because that's not blocked at all. I am not knocked out. Now I have an attack of 4, because I can power this. I can reduce. That's not going to be a problem to block, I don't think. My attack of 4, he has only armor of 3. 4 minus 1, so I will kill. I'm going to kill the Hydra. It's just the 6 wounds, the extra blocks, the cards I won't have. I think that makes the most sense. Alright, so the Hydra's dead. So I did not successfully kill this thing. And do not get planing because I don't have enough cards left in my hand. So I go back out. I lose 1 reputation because I attacked a fortified site. These 2 guys chill in their little red city. And then I will get 10 fame for these 2 guys. So I go from 26 to 36, which means I will level up again. So let me clean up first. We roll that. That could have been useful before. And this go here. This goes back here. This goes back here. And all of these cards go away. I will draw up to, wait, I leveled up again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to grab a card from there. I'll get this. This moves over. This comes out. Oh, Power of Crystals, another one of the special cards. The dual color cards. And then I will get a skill. I will look at the 2 skills here. So movement. Ooh, I will take my own of those. And if I actually took that, I would have needed to have taken the bottommost card because you don't have the option when you take your dummy player's skill. So, and we'll put another one of Arethia's skills up here. It's a siege attack 1. So Arethia's skills are starting to look more attractive for sure. Now I will draw up to 6. I have 4 wounds in my hand, which is rough. And we are good with that. All right. 1. And we re-roll the green die because it is there. It is now depleted. Volkare's evil plan is working. All right. I am going to rest. I'm going to discard one card and any number of wounds. And I will take... Nope. Actually, I don't have that many cards left. So on Volkare's turn, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to get 2 cards and a blue mana. It's a level 2 unit, so I'm going to spend this. I'm going to power it. I'm going to take another color, set it to any color I want. I'm going to set it to green. I'm going to take 2 mana of green. I'm going to then spend this to heal 2, which will allow me to heal the golems. And then I'm going to use this to do this and take any color I want. I will take another red. Alright, I'll do cleanup. This card does not get re-rolled. This one does. It is gold. I still only have 1 real card in my hand. So I will draw this. Ha! A little too late, kid. Volkare, it is white. Ah! So white, ooh. He will go to my space. Shoot. I'm getting attacked by Volkare and I'm not ready. So he's going to end where I am. And when that happens, I can either attend or I can flee. So I'm not going to attend to this fight. I will take an opportunity to look at Volkare's ridiculous army. Yeesh. Oh, that is ugly. But there's no way I can do any damage to him right now. So I'm retreating. Since it's the second day, I just take 2 wounds to my hand. And I move to an adjacent space that is a safe space. So the space where I already moved counts. Yeesh. Nope. I'm going to move to this space. It's a safe space. Because if I move there and I move it to the city, it's actually going to cause that dragon to be joined into that battle. Alright. So that wasn't ideal. You see, getting those 2 spells is really, after the city was revealed, has really changed how this whole endeavor was going. So here's what we need to do. We are going to need to seize that city and take control of it before Volkare enters it. Otherwise, we are going to lose. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to call end of round, live to fight another day, refresh my skills. We're going to refresh the mana offer. 2 whites and a black. Not terrible. We are going to take these away. And since we now have a core tile, we are going to start with a Nelly. I want to recruit him. Here's my very woundy hand. I'm going to make sure these 6 wounds are somewhat dispersed in this mess. Alright, so we're going to reshuffle this. Yeah. Again, it comes back to I do regret the extra turns a little bit. But if we could have gotten those spells just a little bit lower in that deck, I think we'd be in a much better shape than we are. Alright, so we're going to go to the knight. This goes away, this goes away. We're going to put this, we still have the 1 monastery on the board, Heroic Tale, and we'll put this here. Ice Shield could be pretty strong. Now we're going to put this here, move these over. I love Flame Wall. Just not sure we're going to be able to pull this one off, kids. Alright, let's draw the top 5 cards on my deck. 1, 2, 3. Man, I'm not getting green. 4. The top 6 cards on my deck. Yeesh. Sparing Power is a great card, but I cannot. I'm going to play Mana Search because I want to try to roll a green. It's a little dangerous. So I do want to roll, I need to roll a 1 or a 2 before I roll or 4 or 6 before I roll a 1 or a 2 here. I roll a 3, 5, 6. Good. So he is 6, so I'm going to go first, which is perfect, and I got the card I really wanted. Now, once per turn, before I use any mana from the swords, I'm going to roll. I'm going to re-roll the 2 whites. I have 3 blacks on there, which is far from ideal. Shoot. Really needed the green. I'm going to do this, get 2 more cards. I need to siege the city successfully this turn. It's 1 and 2. Oh, I could really use a green. That's not good. Alright. And I get a blue mana, which isn't all that helpful. But, you know. Tis what it is. So now I'm going to start my turn. I'm going to move into the city. I get my 2 duders here. We're going to ice block this guy. It's inefficient, but it's enough to finish that guy. It's enough to block this guy. So he's blocked. If I don't block this guy, again, it's the 4. The 4 wounds. Which I'm probably okay with. I'm going to spade this to get a green crystal. I'm going to play this to reduce. So I'm going to use that green crystal here and a black mana. And now all enemies have armor -4 because they are on a fortified site. Minimum 1, which is perfecto. I'm not going to block this dude, so I'm going to take 4 wounds. Because he's probably going to be at the Tower of 10. It does not knock me out because the ones in my hand do not count toward that. Although, I have nothing but wounds in my hand. No, I can heal 1. That'll be fine because I just want to make sure I can rest next turn. And since they are all -4 because they're in a fortified site, that means that they are both, and I'm going to attack them together, right? This guy was blocked, so the paralyzed didn't matter. This guy didn't attack. This guy only 4 wounds, didn't knock me out. So I'm attacking them together, and their armor is both 1. So it's 1 with physical resistance and ice resistance, because when you group enemies together for an attack, any resistances that one has, now they all have them. So what I need is, since they're physically resistant and they have a thing of 1, I just need physical resistance of 1 becomes, you need a physical attack of 2 to defeat it, right? Because it's halved. So when I'm joining them, they both have physical resistance of 1, which means they both have, basically, they need to be attacked with a physical attack of 2 each, which for a total of 4, I can get 4 very easily, and I will do just that. So I'm going to play that to get the red mana token, and that will do that. Then these both these guys are dead. I lose a reputation because I attacked a fortified site again. And now I am in the city. And I get 9 fame, which gets me up to 40. I was on 36, so that gets me up to 45. Alright. Woo! Yay, city. I'm going to use this healing effect and just to heal 1 card to make sure that I can rest on my next turn. Clean up. All these will go away. I'm going to roll this die. It's a white. These will all come down here and in my discard pile. I'm going to draw up to my 6th card. Oh, nothing but wounds. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I'm going to lose. I only had 6 wounds in there. It's gross. The lack of green mana was so vicious, man. I could have really, really changed that turn around. Alright. Hope this is a wound. It is not. He is going to move. Now, I do not want to attend, so what happens? The walls go away, so I'm going to flip this upside down. Now, if he goes in again, I have to attend the fight, or Volkare will win. Alright, so my turn. I am exhausted. I have nothing but wounds, so I just discard 1 wound. I'll draw another card. And Volkare's turn. It is a thing. He goes in, attacks, I die. Man, those spell cards can be brutal. Well, that's Mage Knight. It can be a brutal lesson in things happening the way you don't want to happen. But yeah, a lot going on. It would have been really tough with the 2, actually the 3 spells coming out the way they did right there. Yeah, I can't do anything about him. If I can make him lose 1 token, then he actually backs up. But with the blue, what would happen is he would actually, if he had pulled the blue the last turn, it would have been like 1 I would evade, but then he'd still have a second movement, and then he would enter the city that way, and I just can't attend it with a hand of 5 wounds. It would have, just had some cool cards. I just would have been nice to get some artifacts that could have really helped. Just really wasn't able to beat that city in the end of day 3 like I hoped. Had to use some really good attack cards on that dragon, so coming up upon a dragon before you get to the city isn't great. Some of the other cities, the enemies that surround it aren't as bad. A couple of orcs and whatnot. But yeah, Mage Knight. It's a great game. It's really hard. I will definitely put a scenario, a win or 2 up here eventually. But kind of like how this played out. Like just a lot of cool things going on with this scenario, but so much more to this game with the labyrinths and the mazes. Didn't burn down a monastery. Again, didn't get any artifacts. Didn't use the keeps at all. So definitely room for some other things to go our way. Do like the call to arms. Would have been nice. Maybe get the Alta Mages in there, power that up. The cold and fire resistance that the Alta Mages has can be really, really helpful as well. Although against this array of enemies would have been great. 2 orc summoners would have been nasty. We did have enough range and siege attack, I think, to do some cool things, to have like counterattack. But frankly, just didn't have any real opportunities early to recruit units that I would have liked, and I think it just kind of snowballed from there. So it's a pretty unforgiving game. I mean, you really this is too many cards in here for only the second night, and I knew that as I was happening. Just wanted to eke out that last good turn or so, and clearly that didn't help. You know, it was pretty balanced between wounds and non-wounds, but really what killed us is to have all 4 spells in there already. I mean, obviously this one didn't hurt, but having these other 3 pop up in a period of 8 cards does make planning really, really hard. You know, if we could have had just one of those, well, now you're backing him up to here. You know, if I can rest, get rid of my whole hand. Now I draw up a deck of 6. You know, I get something like this. You know, maybe we can start really prepping. The other thing you like to see is some of the cities do have a town next to it. You can use that. You can plunder the town, get some extra cards. That's always a helpful way to start building things. That is a tactic I might have been able to use more effectively this game here or here. You know, reputation, since I wasn't really recruiting units, I could have definitely maybe used that to my advantage better. Happy gaming, and until next time, take care.